So this is exactly what video title explains. I do a lot of flashbacks, but I kind of forget, and I don't know, unless I'm in the right state, I just want to save them. But I mean, Drake obviously dropping Fat D, being the 10th anniversary now of Nothing Was the Same. I've never done a flashback reaction to this. There's actually 4 Drake albums that I haven't done a flashback reaction to. If you're reading this, it's too late. Obviously Nothing Was the Same, Take Care, and So Far Gone. Those are the 4 albums that I have not done on this channel that I'm going to actually get to at some point, throughout this YouTube journey. But for me, man, as you guys know, man, music for me is a soundtrack. Your life is a soundtrack, and usually every song that you resonate with, every song that you really love, there's always something connected to it. Whether it be in a memory, a family member, an item, anything, a trinket, like anything can connect to music, and that's what helps you remember a lot of stuff in life. Now, as I'm getting older, you guys know I'm getting dementia, and I have elite memories, but for some reason lately I just been forgetting a lot of stuff. There's a lot of memories I have to this album, but now looking at this track list, it's actually kind of crazy because 2013 now, which was 10 years ago, I was 23 at the time. It just is insane now to think about, like how 23 was 10 years ago. Freshly out of, I was in the middle of college still trying to figure my life out. And man, it's just like, I just remember this album being out. At this point, we got The Weeknd was killing it in 2011 it was, I believe, 2012. Wiz Khalifa also was somebody that was killing it. Gang Bang, Taylor Alderdice, I believe, dropped at some point. Don't quote me on that. Might have been 2014, but I think Taylor Alderdice actually probably dropped in 2012 or 2013 as well, so somewhere around that time. So there's a lot of great music too that was just dropping at this time too, man. So we're just gonna listen to this, man, and I'm just gonna take you guys on my journey of the throwback. Again, if you guys are here to listen to an album, see a reaction, this is not really a reaction. This is more of a flashback, guys. Again, I've already listened to the album, so this is more of a story time than anything, and more of kind of just my connection and my experiences when it came to an album, such as Nothing Was the Same, which is a classic in everybody's eyes, you could say. After Fat D, you should do a Drake intro vid. I've been wanting to do that, but I want to do all the albums first on the YouTube channel before I actually get to that. Some songs I probably will let play a lot. Some songs I might skip after a little bit to tell my story. We're just going to let this shit ride and see how it feels. But track 1 is Tuscan leather. I know it's Tuscan leather, but I like to say Tuscan leather, like Tuki Tuki. You know what I'm saying? Like that Tarzan bird. Everybody will say this is Drake's best intro. Are their favorite intro? I definitely have this in my top 5 Drake intro. That's all I'm gonna say. And I love this track too. I love this track. I gotta say I love this track. And I will explain to you in a minute. We'll actually let it ride.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
The first line he said in there, I didn't mean to stop it real fast because I did want to say one thing before I kept going, is he said, made $20 million off my last record. And you guys remember, it's about a time and place of everything. You had to be there, right? Like, you literally had to be there. And I always try to explain it to everybody. This is 23-year-old Dev drinking, we live in a bachelor pad, a 6-bedroom. There's 4 of us. We still got hella best friends. We're bringing bitches over. We chilling. We doing all the wild stuff. We having hella parties. The ratio was crazy. 30 girls, 10 dudes, just having a good time. Not even, sometimes not even fucking, just chilling, having the vibes. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was about, the vibe. So, it's crazy to think about. He dropped Take Care at this time. And when Take Care came out, we thought that Thank Me Later was going to be the album, right? So Far Gone dropped in 2009. Thank Me Later came a year later, and we thought that this was going to be like a flight, like he was going to be a one-hit, one-album wonder. He dropped Thank Me Later. Thank Me Later is amazing, all right? Then we thinking, like, there's no way this motherfucker could do it again, right? He can't do it fucking again. He comes around, he does it again, he drops Take Care. Drops Marvin's Room, drops all that shit. Everybody's like, holy shit. Like, this motherfucker is the truth. Like, he is the new guy. Obviously, Wayne was still doing his thing too. So it was Wayne, Drake, Young Money just taking over. And it's crazy because no one would say Drake was the #1 at that time yet because Wayne was still Wayne. All right? Wayne was still Wayne. Wayne was still doing his thing, but Wayne also had to go to jail. Wayne had to do his thing. He was getting locked up. I will never forget that time when Wayne dropped as well. And this was after Good Kid, Mad City. I don't even want to talk about the Kendrick thing yet because Kendrick wasn't even... I love Kendrick, right? Cartoon Serial, OD, you know, all those tracks, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick wasn't the star that he was yet. Good Kid, Mad City definitely was a great album. But then we get to... Now this next album after Take Care, is Drake really Drake? A lot of people were asking that question. Like, is Drake really going to be this guy where he can continuously drop these great albums? There's just no fucking way. It was kind of unheard of. There was just like, there's no way Drake's going to keep doing this and being the star that he was. You got to remember, we're thinking about Drake now from what he was. This is at a time in 2013 where it was like, there's no way this dude's going to drop another like classic, right? Because Thank Me Later was a classic. So Far Gone was just insanely fire. Take Care was a classic at that point when they first heard it. It was a classic. It insane. The tremors it made throughout the world of music. Insane. And then when he dropped Nothing Was the Same. This album was the album was like, holy fucking shit. He's doing it again, bro. Wait, Wayne went to jail? Wayne went to jail before No Ceilings. Because he dropped No Ceilings. All I do it, hey, all I do it.
But don't shit matter to me, nigga. I reached heights that Dwight Howard couldn't reach, nigga.
Didn't like the first half of this song. Early in my days in 2023 or 2013, I skipped this. I skipped this song.
I was at my feet, nigga.
And let's not forget too, at the time too, Kanye still was doing Kanye, right? Because My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, if I remember correctly, dropped in 2011, 2010, 2011, at that point. And I remember Watch the Throne. Let me check the Watch the Throne date that released, because I remember it also because we went to Gainesville a lot. Shout out to the Woodlands in Gainesville. If you ever been to UF, shout out to the Woodlands. Yeah, that dropped in 11. So Kanye also still was Kanye fucking West, because I think Yeezus dropped in 2014, I believe. But Kanye West was also still fucking Kanye West. So it wasn't like Drake was like the unanimous bona fide Drake that he is nowadays. It was still up in the air of question of the come up of Drake, and is Drake going to be that number one top superstar over all of them? And then remember the whole Jay-Z verse, not getting a verse from Jay-Z, and then getting waxed by Jay-Z on Pound Cake. And that was a lot of shit that he got a lot of shit for that as well. This is what made me skip this song a lot back in the day. And then I remember this part right here because I heard the Whitney Houston sample, and I was remembering, like I said, I was high at this time. I smoked a lot in 2013 in my early days. And so I remember hearing this song, and I'm just like, a lot of the songs where I let play where I don't like it, I would smoke a lot. And I used to drive a lot, and I used to like clear my mind. Nothing really has changed throughout time. You know, I do the same thing. I just don't smoke no more. But I would smoke, and I would let the song play. And I remember just letting this shit ride one time, and I'm just listening. And like, the switch up is what really grabbed the song for me. Like, I love the don't walk away from me, and I have nothing. You know, Whitney Houston. And then hearing
Gucci roll like they say up,
like hearing Drake on a track like this,
young rebel, young money, nothing
that
you
wasn't
can tell me.
a thing either. Like, you know, like,
maybe they not for all of the talking, got one reply for all of your comments.
We all know everybody's favorite. The reason why everybody loves this song though is because there's 3 switches.
See the
Definitely
necklace,
heavily
my life's
appreciated.
A checklist. I'm tired of hearing about who you checking
so,
for
like,
now. Just give it time. We'll see you still around a decade from now.
Wow.
That's real.
And it's funny too because he said that line before the next switch. And now, a decade later, this is probably what's going to solidify this. Not my personal favorite, but everybody's top 10 or number 1 Drake intro track. Just because of that line alone. I remember hearing this part like, and I wish that this was most of the intro.
The Fresh Princess at dinner with Tatiana, no lie. All these 90s fantasies on my mind. The difference is that with mine, they all. Hey. Yeah.
Oh my
Hey.
God. Man. I was 23. This is a fucking throwback. I was 23 as well. It was my Jordan year. And so, like, now we get to this intro. And so now, this next track, I just feel like, you know, as a young kid or a young adult, you know, everybody was going through their struggles, you know, early, you know, middle millennials. And I mean, it's still the same way now, just a little bit more money, you know, definitely more stress. But at this time, when you get to Furthest Thing, this track right here, which is still one of my top 20 favorite Drake tracks to this day. It's just like, we're only listening to the regular, bro. And then when you get to this track right here, this just was one of the most heartfelt tracks, motivational tracks, sad tracks. Because the one thing you did with Drake back in the day, and still to this day, you definitely connected your heartbreak with Drake. Or you made up some heartbreak. Or you made up some, like, struggle shit. Or you made up some, like, like something. You created that in your head. So the music would definitely hit harder. Like, I just remember hearing this on a late night drive. And just literally feeling like I could do anything.
What they got to say now, nothing they can say now.
And it's so crazy because, you know, you being a 23-year-old, you still ain't got shit. You still ain't shit. You still ain't doing shit. But then, like, you would use a line like, people not still here. And, like, I've been vibing on the low, smoking on the low, fucking on the low. Because it really was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it maybe not at the scale of a Drake. But, like, it really was like that. You took those words to heart because, like, yo, I'm just moving on the low, man. You know, nobody really fuck with me, and that's okay. I'm just moving on, fucking on the low, vibing on the low, you know? Furthest thing from perfect. Like, everybody, like, that shit was so... This nigga really was talking to everybody. Like, he was living everybody's lives. It's just so crazy. Just like this, it was. I remember. I'll never forget because it was like the talk of the world. Everybody was just like, "Does this nigga really? He lives our lives, bro. Like this nigga is the ambassador of us, bro. Like he's living our lives."
I just been plotting on the low, scheming on the low.
That's crazy.
The farthest thing from perfect.
This thing from perfect, like everybody y'all know. And so this track right here, man, I broke tears to this track for real. Like, this track right here fucked me up a couple times in life, man. Like, this track had me like, man, like, and obviously the switch up happened. But, like, you hear this shit, like...
Made every woman feel like she was mine and no one else. And now you hate me. Stop pretending. Stop that front.
Stop treating me like a stranger, girl. You know I see you naked. Oh, my God! I have 100% use that line. I will never, ever forget in my life when I heard that line, I literally did a backflip, bruh. I did a backflip because literally prior 5-7 months before that, I said the same shit. I said, why you acting like that? Yo, you sent me naked, bro. I was a toxic ass nigga back then. I was like, you sent me naked pictures, bro. Like, you know I fuck with you, yo. Like, why you being like that? Like, we more than that. You know, I'm young, just young dad, 22-year-old dad. Like, why you being like that? Like, bro, it's so crazy. Like, you think dating is bad now? This is when it was like, yo, niggas was in love. But at the same time, being toxic and, you know, wilding out. But niggas was in love. Now niggas just is wilding out. Everybody just wilding nowadays. But I'm saying this is when niggas was in love, like, you know, shorty had you wrapped by the finger type shit. Like, yo, you was my cinnamon apple. You feel me? Like, and so that line, I'll never forget when that line hit me. I sat there and it was like, man, I can't believe this nigga just said that, dog. I feel you. Why you think I don't give a fuck about you, girl?
I've been plotting on the low, scheming on the low. The farthest thing from perfect, like everyone I know. I just been.
This was the last album where there was a theme. You know, like everybody was doing the theme connections. I remember we always started to talk like, "Thank me later, yo." He's like, you know, thank me later. You know what I'm saying? He could like, he's gonna take me. He's talking about thanking me later, bro. Like right now, like you don't gotta thank him right now, but you gonna thank me later. You know what I'm saying? And then they're talking about take care, like saying bye bye to the bitch. Like look at all these tracks, like loving the crew. Like look at the tracks, like Cameras Good Ones Go. You know, these are tracks that's called Take Care. Like it felt under that theme. And then Nothing Was the Same also kind of felt through that theme. It was like one of the last Drake albums that kind of fell through the theme, because when you got to, or if you read This Is Too Late, that wasn't really your theme. It dropped on SoundCloud on some random shit, first of all. But it was just like it was a banging ass album, but it wasn't really like If You Read This Is Too Late kind of vibes. You know, like, you know, it didn't feel like it was too late. You know, like, like it just didn't feel like that, you know? So this was like one of the last albums that really hit on a album concept that a lot of people just made up shit. You know, like this is also one of the last albums too before we got to the Drake hate. Because everybody loved Drake to this point. But then when we get to the If You're Reading This Too Late, they loved that album. But then Quentin Miller came around. And the whole ghostwriting thing happened. And Twitter was a big thing now. And all that shit. And then the Drake hate train began. And that's where I felt like the tides turned. But this was like the last album where he was loved by everybody. Like, there was not a hater in sight, bro. Like, that's what it just really felt like that, you know? Like, I know a lot of people are making a lot of shit up. But man, and this transition right here, I loved it. Again, I remember we were all blown away because Drake doing these transitions, we were just like, what the fuck is this? And why is this niggas doing transitions? Again, he did that shit on Take Care, and it was a big hit on Take Care. You guys got to remember, I was there. I was 23 when this came out. Remember, you guys were still sucking on the tit. All right, some of y'all was just getting y'all dick sucks for the first time, all right? I was fucking y'all mamas in the meantime, all right? I got to remember, I'm old, all right? When I tell you guys exactly you had to be there, you had to be there. All right, and when I tell you, man, when Drake was doing these mix-ups with like cameras, like Shut It Down, like it was crazy because no one was doing some switch-up shit like that. And when Drake was doing it, it was like, wow, like this is a whole different track. Like, what the fuck? You feel me? Like, what the actual fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? 20 in 2013, yeah, bro. 20. I'm about old as your brother, bro. I think your brother's like what, 31? Let's ask Siri. Let's ask. How old is Los Polos? Your brother's 28? Shit, that's old as hell, nigga. He about right there, too. 28, 32. Shit, same thing. 4 years. He was in high school when I was in high school. So that's all that matter. Anyways, so we get to the switch up.
Your actions make us doubt you.
But this shit was fire.
Your lack of effort got me rapping different.
We get to this, man. Like,
this the shit I want to go out to.
Amazing, man. The whole vibe switch of furthest. Again, we get to the furthest thing. I'm the furthest thing from perfect, like everybody I know. And then we get to this beat switch. It was just like, it was unheard of. And he just kept doing it over and over and over again, bro. It's like, you know what? Let me see if my shit lines up real quick because I really do want to. When did No Ceilings come out, bro? I'm pretty sure No Ceilings came out in hold on, let me see. No Ceilings. I was at the club. I was at LA Hangout. No Ceilings release. Okay, No Ceilings came out in 09, so 2010. Damn, was it 09? Shit, that fucked me up just now. It was 09 because I came back from the Philippines. Holy shit. 09. Yeah, I came back from the Philippines. Sorry for the Wait, though. Yeah, that was the one that came. Sorry for the Wait 4 was in 11. That's the one that had Grove Street on it, right? That was the Grove Street one, right? Yes. That was the Grove Street, and that was crazy. That was crazy. That was a crazy one. Oh man, imagine Los hates it. But we get to this, man, and then track 3 was the single that released, right? And it was catchy. Again, it was catchy. Started from the bottom. I wasn't really a big fan of it, but I love the started. And even nowadays, I'm still not a big fan of this shit. This song is played out because of 2K for me. Oh, I'm not a real 2K player, so right here is what really got me as a fan of the song, at least. Because I really wasn't, like I said, I wasn't really a big started from the bottom guy. You know, like, pause. That's crazy. I wasn't really a big starter from the bottom guy. Part right here.
Niggas, nigga, we don't feel that. Fuck a fake friend, where your real friends at?
Club scene was still pretty big and pretty decent at the time where, you know, it came out. 2013 was still heavy. Like, everybody, well, I mean, y'all still probably go to the clubs, but it was definitely like throw your ass shit, and they always play this shit, like kind of like the Meek Mill shit, you know, Dreams of Nightmare. Like, House Party, Meek Mill was played a lot. But this shit right here was always played at the club that started from the bottom. Now, we get to this next track right here. That Wu-Tang Forever. And when you get to Wu-Tang Forever, I will never forget this bitch. I remember hearing this beat. And again, I was fucked up a lot in my 20s. My early 20s, I was doing a lot of drugs. Not drugs, but I was doing a lot of weed. And I was doing a lot of, you know, Hennessy and a lot of beer. And I just remember, like, hearing that, like, this, like, the piano, like, and just sitting there, like.
Used to be friends, girl, and even back then, you would look at me with no hesitation, then you tell me, baby, it's yours.
I haven't played any of the slow shit yet, but Wu-Tang Forever was probably one of the slow ones that I fucked with.
Nobody else is.
This shit was crazy.
Nobody is yours.
This shit was crazy.
Nobody else
just to
is.
hear it, like, crazy, because, like, it's funny. I maybe it's because I'm older. I mean, you guys can tell me now, right? You guys are 22. Do you guys connect a lot of Drake lyrics now to your personal, like, relationship life or your personal, like, life in general? I will never forget, like, drinking and driving was a thing, and I literally connected a song to every girl. Even a girl I only talked to for like a week. Like, this song's about you. I connected a song. I have a song for every girl, like, literally. And, like, when I say, it's yours, that's for sure. I still know what I'm talking about. That shit is not hers at all. It is not at all.
I know we only fucking out of spite.
Cause your man gone. Oh,
Do you ride?
At 9 a.m. in Dallas, bro. That shit was crazy. That was the first location time track. That 9 a.m. in Dallas. Oh my god, that shit with that. When that shit dropped, oh my god. I remember we got that shit on the mixtape. That doom doo doo doom doo doo doom doom doo doo doo. Oh my god, what a fucking time that was. Too far to not play it. Okay, I let her ride for a little bit. You gotta go to YouTube to play that shit, man. That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Yo!
Yeah. Free Weezy and this bitch, what's up?
Yeah, so he said free Weezy in this bitch, because, yeah, no ceilings drop, and then Lil Wayne did jail time.
Yeah, free Weezy and this bitch, what's up?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. What a great track that was, bro. Oh my god, that brought back a lot of memories.
It ain't about who did it first, it's about who did it right. Niggas looking like bridge. Open cases on me for $500,000 each. I find peace knowing that it's harder in the streets. I know nobody else is. Yeah, this shit belong to nobody, it's yours. Nobody else is. How you feel about?
Man. And then, like, bro, when I tell you though, like, because this one it was no
We've
reverse.
grown so much so fast.
And I just remember just like, yo, oh man, this is too slow. But we had a We had a CD, bro, with a perfect slowed on it, bro. Like no reverb, just slow it down. Cause the songs were already so good, you didn't even need reverb. I know everybody thinks that. That's why there's an art to the slow shit. Like everybody always thinks that you need a reverb on a song. Sometimes a song is perfect. You just gotta slow it. That's all you gotta do is slow it down. Life was just so easy. This nigga still had a heart out here, bro.
What made me think about the game, girl, and how I switched it.
Oh my god. What a fucking time, man. That was crazy. Now this next
Guess whose it is? Guess whose it is? Guess whose it is? Yo. The next time I spend, I want it all to be for you.
my dog. Oh my god. Have I heard of Saskatchewan? Yeah, that's in Canada. The next province. Not Ontario, and then the next province. But dog, when I tell you I heard this song, man, and I said, first of all, this song is my top 5 slowed on the album. And like, again, we talking about connecting your love stories. I had this one chick I was so caught up on, never got her. And I was caught up on this one chick, and I just remember always like just like hitting the song and just like, yo, the song, and like just connect in my head. I never actually told her. Never actually told anybody, actually. This is my first time just letting that shit be out in the open. But, you know, I kept a lot of shit to myself in my mind. And so, like, when I'm hearing this song, like, this song for me is just really just hitting me. And I'm just like, man, like, I'm just connecting. I don't know if that's a toxic thing to do, but I'm putting certain aspects of our interactions into this song. And I'm not making up the scenario. I probably might have heightened the scenario because it wasn't really that yet. But I like heightened that scenario to the point where I was just like, yo, I want this all to be for you. I'm thinking this weekend. Yeah. And so like, yo, I just remember like, man, I was so caught. This nigga Drake literally had me like, really had me going crazy over this bit that I really didn't even like that, really. If I really think about it now, going back in time, I always wish my future self could tell my younger self some shit. I really wasn't like, it really wasn't serious like that. But I feel like I'm also, people tell me I'm a Sagittarius, so I feel real hard just on the low. So like, I was just like, create some shit so I can feel some shit times 5, because I was feeling away. Now let's not get it twisted, but I wanted to feel away times 15 because I liked the way that felt. You know, it felt good to hurt. You ever felt so good that it hurt? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever felt so hurt that it feel good? Like, it just feel good. Like, that's some toxic shit to say, but like, you never felt like that? I truly do feel like that sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it like, you want to hurt yourself so much where it feel good. Like, nah, give me that toxic ass situation. Yeah, I was hella in love. I'm never gonna get her. Yeah, you broke my heart. That shit feel good as fuck. Break my fucking heart, cause that feel good. Why you spitting right now? Oh man, when are you posting the Tizo on Patreon? The Tizo is on Patreon, bro. Oh no, it's on YouTube. The whole verse is on YouTube. But literally, bro, it really be like that, dog. Like, where you get some toxic shit. The toxic just feel too good sometimes. That scenario where you're heartbroken and you just like, it also, I'm not gonna lie, most of the times, I'm gonna say some toxic shit right here. I might put it on YouTube or Instagram. Who fucking knows? But literally, it gets to the point where like sometimes you create a scenario, a toxic ass scenario. You make yourself feel heartbroken. You make yourself like you really like this person. You really fake it to yourself to really fall in love with this person for like an hour or two. You fall in love for an hour or two. You come infatuated. You pretty as fuck. You doing all this shit just so the fucking song can hit harder. You create scenarios so the song hit hard. So the song hit hard. Because when you connect to the song, no pun intended because connect coming. When you connect to the song hit 10 times harder. You just be like, damn. Felt that shit, nigga. I speak. Preach. Speak. Shit be hitting, bro. Telling you. Sometimes I want to feel shit, nigga. Shit, you gotta lie to yourself. So. I'm dead ass serious. But I'm talking I'm just talking. You know, that's what I do. I'm doing my job. I was high. Let it sink it.
Niggas talk more than bitches these days. Who can get the pussy quicker these days? Still straight.
You think about that line 10 years later. He said, niggas talk more shit than bitches these days. Who can get the pussy quicker these days? Yo, that was crazy in 2013. That line crazy. Like, y'all can tell me the stories. Y'all the young bloods out here. That line has to be even crazier in 2023. Who can get the pussy quicker these days? It's crazy because not only are you probably in a competition with a circle, nigga, you in competition with the county, nigga. The city. Because social media now allows that, you know, with dating apps and, you know, social media and, you know, Instagram. Like, that was in 2013 when not everybody had Instagram. Only niggas with iPhones. Barely. Like, this was different. It wasn't really too much of a DM, you know, like, there were no DMs in 2013. So, like, that line now has to be even crazier in 2023. Who can get the pussy quicker these days?
When the last time you did something for the first time? You done it all. I swear to God, niggas talk.
Too at the end too, like after even saying all that bullshit in that second verse, he literally said, "It's always going to be yours." And I used to connect with that shit too. I was like, look, no matter what I'm saying, no matter what I'm doing, it's always gonna be yours, even though it wasn't always yours, or never gonna be yours, or maybe it's gonna be yours at the time, but like, it's never always gonna be yours. Own it, own it, own it, it's yours. What a banger, bro. The first time I heard this song slow, at the time I called my crush. She don't even know it to this day. I called my crush. And I was like shaking. Because my feelings were so strong at the time. I don't know if I tricked myself or what. Because again, like I said, when I look back at it, I really didn't like that person like that. I mean, I think it was just more so a long time kind of thing, a little bit of back and forth, a lot of what ifs, a lot of maybes, like let's just, you know, possibilities, all of the above. And so I remember just calling her shaking because I never actually had to talk with her of just like, yo, you know, this is how I'm feeling, man. Like, what's up with you? You know, like, look, can we talk? You know, meet you at a park type shit. And like, man, I just remember like, yo, just this song playing before I did it. And like, when I tell you the feeling, like, bro, honestly, I wish my heart was where it was 10 years ago, because feelings like that just don't happen for me no more. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm a very just cold individual. Like, the emotions is just not what it was before. And so it's like, but like when I'm telling you I was shaking when I was having that conversation, because like it was so powerful. I might have been a little fucked up too, but I was so powerful, like hearing this song. And man, like,
yours. A few bottles on the table, a few waters. I spend, I want it all to be for you.
Crazy, man. Like I literally spat out all of my feelings. I literally just let it go all on the table. And I promise you, man, I was I was just, man, I was brutally honest, and it kind of worked out in a way. But again, I wasn't always the outgoing. I was always outgoing, but I wasn't always the non-shy person. Practicing some time, even in my early 20s, like becoming the fearless person. I was definitely shy and scared of rejection and scared of the possibility of hearing no. Like that scared me, and being hurt, I guess you could say that kind of was like one of my biggest fears. And once I kind of got over that, I was good in life at that point. So yeah, man, that shit was crazy, bro. Like, yeah, there's still the OVO radio thing. I don't want to listen to that, man, because I feel like that's gonna ruin the album. So this slow song really like messed me up a lot, man. And then right here, so we get to the next song. Worst Behavior was probably also another song that was like, it was like started from the bottom. Not as bad as Started from the Bottom. More tolerable than Started from the Bottom. Worse.
Motherfucker never loved us.
I love the beat. I love everything about it. I just feel like, remember? Motherfucker.
Remember? Motherfucker. Remember?
Worst Behavior. I lied. Worst Behavior is nowhere near Started from the Bottom. Worst Behavior is definitely a vibe. I love the beat. I love the hook drop into the big I love that part of the production. I thought this was overall a solid track, man. Remember, motherfucker, like Worst Behavior. And so like also too, now that I think about it, Worst Behavior was like one of those theme track songs too. Like everybody was literally using that as an excuse to be on their worst behavior. Like now how kind of everybody just like, what's everybody's favorite like lingo nowadays to say like demon time. I'm on demon time. I'm on demon time. Like everybody's favorite thing to be is like, I'm on demon time. But back in the day, it was like, yo, I'm on my worst behavior. I'm on my worst behavior. It's kind of crazy because everybody still uses that to this day too. Like, hey man, I'm on my worst behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like worst behavior, worse. And so like, oh man, it's just funny, bro. Gotta play this. And I just remember hearing this verse too because this is the Mace. Who's high, who's not, who sell out show, like basically that's what he did.
Tell me who rock, who sell out in the store. You tell me who flop, who copped a new drop, who jewels got rocks, who have money like my last name more than high.
Fuck you, bitch, I'm more than high. That was everybody's favorite shit to listen to too. Worse. Oh man, the only thing about this song really is that it took over during the Vine days and King Bach was making shitty ass vids. Damn, Bach is killing it though, man. Shout out to Bach, bro. But yeah, it's funny as hell, man. Like, as a UK head, I know the backstop on the Duno ad-lib backstory. The backstory on the Duno ad-lib. I don't know the backstory, but that's funny. Cole Bennett and Drake music video dropping at 6 a.m. Apparently, we could do that. But that's actually crazy. That boy Drake put everyone on notice when he made this, bro. It was just funny because Worst Behavior though was like the worst behavior. Like everybody was on their worst behavior and they were literally speaking that multiple times. Like that was an emphasis like of life. Like you had to be on your worst behavior. And the song was just cool because he did the Mace flow. And I remember fuck you bitch, I'm more than high. I remember everybody was saying it a lot. And the beat was just so fire. I mean a lot of the word, like the samples he was using, basically some Kanye shit, because Kanye definitely loved to sample vocals. And so Drake was using a lot of vocal samples throughout his songs. And they just hit very well, very upbeat kind of rap track. I just don't even know how to explain that style of tracks, or style of production. But it was amazing just listening to him at that time. And then we get to From Time. He puts Janae on his album, and you guys got to remember Sailing Souls at this time came out. Did I get back from the Philippines? Yeah, I lived in the house. Yeah, Sailing Souls came out in 2012. A lot of shit has changed. A lot of shit has changed. Bro, I remember I put my homies onto that album. My homies was like, "What the fuck you listening to this shit for?" I remember, and they was like, "Why you listening to this shit?" My homies wasn't really R&B heads like I am, and I remember I put them on that Janae, and they were like, they didn't listen to it, but when they was by themselves, I remember one time I had the phone. I'm like, "You was listening to that Janae?" I was like, "That's great." Nah, this is before the worst. This is the original Janae. A lot of shit has changed. A lot of shit. And so like I remember yeah, July was on there as well. Mine was my shit. Get to that shit was my shit, bro. But anyway, so this is Janae that wasn't even like super big yet. She was on her way. She was also on overly on Kendrick Lamar's tape. Where are we going? I feel like peak Drake, at least peak slow Drake. This is that melodic Drake that everybody kind of fell in love with. You feel me?
With them bitches, I don't get it. You're a star, love. You shouldn't.
I don't know why I'm losing my voice too, but Janae has such a peaceful ass voice. Like she was very, very, very peaceful and just understanding and everything, man. She just did everything, and it was enjoyable to hear, man. Like, she was just amazing, bro. Like,
We even talked about you in our couple of moments. He said we should hash it out like a couple of
yeah, man, I feel that line too, man. But it's always a double way to look at it too, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. The way I was moving, I don't even think I'm about to make it a 60. Like, I feel like that's just the way it is. I mean, especially like people, the drugs that are people doing nowadays, the partying, the liquor, just everything, the vapes. I honestly feel like I'm not even gonna make it to 60, which I'm also okay with. I don't really want to be 80. I don't want to be 70 or 80. Like I really truly just don't have any desires to be that old of age. So I just think that yeah, it's just crazy. Like, but that is a true line. I guess you say that it's a true line.
Hooters on Peachtree. I've always been feeling like she was the piece to complete me. Now she engaged to be married. What's the rush on commitment? No, we
talking shit, but sometimes you just gotta shut the fuck up and just let the music speak for itself. But one thing that Drake has always done in life and that he deserves, the one thing that truly upsets me when an artist has done so much for, this is why I'm always gonna be a Drake fan, Kanye fan, like people are so quick to forget loyalties, I guess, and just like, like, especially when an artist has done nothing bad. For the Kanye thing, okay, fine. If you feel some type of way over his antics, then I'll give you not a pass, but like, okay, I'm not going nowhere, but okay. But for someone as Drake, who necessarily hasn't done anything wrong in life, other than a couple times maybe talking to like somebody that was 22 or 21 and y'all didn't like that shit because he's older and whatever or whatnot, and y'all just warping into something that is not, that's even that is nothing wrong with that. Like, my thing is, like, this man did all this beautiful shit early in his career for us. Why, like, does he have to continue doing that? That's my thing too, is like, when does an artist get to have fun? When does an artist get to just make music that's good? Like, the man's been doing it now for 13 years, bro. 14. It's been 14 years that Drake's been doing music. 15 years. 16 years. 2015. No, 2007. 15 years. And so I just feel like this generation of kids is so harsh, and just younger generation is just so opinionated, and everything has to be classic, the best. No one's just enjoying shit no more. No one's literally just taking their shit what they like and just like, yo. And then to just discredit a legend, like, Drake is legendary. Like, the motherfucker is legendary. I don't respect Ratchet Happy Birthday, but I also love that album. You know, I love the album. I say the tracks that I don't like, but I also say the tracks that I love. And I'm also never gonna discredit Drake for what he is. Like the one thing that's like saying LeBron scored, 23,000 points, and y'all saying like, oh, this nigga LeBron is not the best scorer of all time, or he's not the most. Like, no, he worked for that accolade. That's his accolade. That's his accolade, and that's his to have. Same thing goes for Drake. When he's selling millions of records and you're making excuses like there's only 11-year-old girls listening to Drake and there's only, people that are broken or are heartbroken are only listening to Drake, just give a nigga his credit and move the fuck on. Look, I don't like the nigga, but the motherfucker is a GOAT. That's it. That's all you got to say. It's called respect, You keep that shit moving, man. Scarborough thing from Time G. Yeah, that's such a crazy song, bro, if you think about it. And then obviously Slowed, it's like, is it Henny Friday? Not yet. Comments here from 2 years ago says college heartbreak.
What's up? Been a minute since we kicked it, you been caught up.
I don't even like Drake's parts.
Speaking of lack of patience, just me and my old man getting back to basics.
Man, what a song that was, bro. And then I would say this is the craziest song because this wasn't a single, right? I believe it wasn't a single, but it came out, bro. And as much as y'all want to hate on this shit is crazy. Yo, this song